Hey, what's happening? Get one, SirJames coming at you guys with another video. Today's video, I'm here to give you guys a quick little video game review on 20XX for the Nintendo Switch. The game is also available on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. As for the pricing of the game, the pricing will be random depending on your system of choice. In this case, since I'm reviewing this on the Switch, it was on the eShop for $18. However, if you're considering getting this on the PC, it's currently on sale for $9.89. Now, what exactly is 20XX? If you've seen the trailer, you might be thinking to yourself, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that game, Mega Man X. That's exactly what it is. Now, the company behind the game basically stated that they wanted to create a game that felt like Mega Man X, however, it still had its own personal twist to it to still make it unique and add replayability, and that's exactly what they captured here in a very good way. Of course, starting off with the different stages is that the stages are actually randomly generated each time you play, making each experience that you go through always different, so that helps definitely with the replay value. Of course, you'll be going from point A of the stage to point B, where at the very end you'll have a boss fight. After you defeat the boss, you'll be able to team different rewards or even abilities, such as being able to use the boss's secret weapon to use on your continuation of each individual mission that you go on. Now, the game does feature two playable characters. You have one built for the ranged attacks, which of course you'll be able to charge up the cannons as well, and then you have another character that's like the cybernetic ninja, which of course is built towards melee, so meaning that you're gonna have to get a little bit more up close and personal to the enemies, especially with the bosses. So playing through the game, especially with the two different characters, has their own unique challenges to them nonetheless, especially when it comes to the boss fights, because you know, some bosses are easier to defeat at range and others are a little bit more of a pain, especially when you're getting up close and personal. Now, the game does have different difficulty options to choose from. First off, one of your basic options is the permanent death feature. Basically, with this option enabled, you're trying to go and fight through as many stages as possible on a single life. At any point of the stage that you get defeated, you are sent back to HQ, which of course any rewards that you have obtained you'll be able to use right then and there. Now, if you don't like the permanent death option, there is the arcade style where you have 3 lives and you try to go through the stages as much as possible, but of course after the 3 lives are up, then you'll be sent back to HQ. Now, back at the HQ, there's also other options. You'll be able to switch between the two characters. You'll also be able to select a co-op experience as well, meaning that you can play co-op as a couch partner, or you can play online with friends or random strangers. Now, what's cool about the co-op experience is the fact that anything that you had access to single player wise is carried over with you in the co-op experience, meaning that nothing is locked. And if you guys wanted to play as the same character, you can play as the same character. It's just that who's ever player 2 will of course have a different color palette, and that's pretty much about it. Now, on the very bottom of the HQ, you'll notice different power-ups from items that you'll be able to use in combat, such as increasing the speed and overall damage of your character, to permanent upgrades such as increasing your overall health, which will tend to get useful, especially if you're trying to go for a long playthrough and try to see how long you want to last, or especially if you bump up the difficulty level to something more challenging. On the very top of the HQ, you have your daily activities and weekly challenges as well, so meaning that you kind of have a reason to go back into it and try to complete these daily options. There's even leaderboards. If you're still struggling with the game a little bit, there's also the tutorial level that you'll be able to replay once again, but there's just all sorts of different things to do with the game, and the lifespan of it's actually really good. And what do I think about it? I think the game is absolutely fun. You know, whether you're getting it on a main console, PC, or taking it with you on the go on the Switch, it's just everything about this game is just true fun. It feels like Mega Man X, it plays like Mega Man X, but still its own unique game. And the fact that it's an inexpensive price tag, less than 20 bucks. Again, if you're just looking for something to play, 20XX is a game that you definitely can't go wrong with. But in the end, I'm actually going to be giving this game a 5 out of 5. It's well worth the money, well worth your time. But until then, I am SirJames from Gamerfuzion.com, where we empower your gaming.